Hello, everyone, and welcome to my entrepreneurship training. Again, as you all know, my name is Martins Asonge. Like I told you, we are going to set pace for intending entrepreneurs to come on board. Like I shared earlier, I'm going to dive in deeply into the concept of entrepreneur so that those of us that are thinking of starting something or converting an idea into an economic activity will be able to have a good understanding on how to go about it. Like I mentioned earlier, we are going to start fully, even though I mentioned entrepreneurship, tech for good, and digitalization. We are going to start with entrepreneurship. Why? Because it will help us while we know how entrepreneurship goes, then we will be able to um, integrate um, tech into our entrepreneurship activities. So just get ready to um, get the whole idea of what we are talking about. So before then, I'll be sharing my screen so that we have a good understanding of what we are saying. Yes, entrepreneurship training course. Welcome to your journey into entrepreneurship. This course will equip you with the knowledge and skill to start and grow your own business. Whether you have previous knowledge of business or not, it doesn't matter. Your keen attention will be able to put everything together for you to start and run a successful business. And with your full attention, I'm very sure everything is going to be very simple. It's going to be super simple. Now, what is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is the process of starting and running a business to solve problem and create value. Look at some words there. Starting and running a business to solve problem and create value. Yes, if your business is not solving a problem, that is not entrepreneurship. If you're not creating value, that also means you are not an entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur has to be someone who starts and run a business or who runs an activities that create value and solve problems. So if you're not solving any problems in the market, you're on is to convert to money, and you are not solving problem. Bet me you're not an entrepreneurship, but you are rather a normal business person. But as an entrepreneur, you must be a problem solver. You must be somebody who is solving one or two problems out there. Yes. If you have this quality of problem solving, then definitely you are an entrepreneur. Yes, the first thing as an entrepreneur is not about money making or profit making or creating wealth. First of all, you solve problem, and from the problem you are solving, wealth comes in, money comes in, goodwill comes in, and a lot of things. And it involves taking calculated risk to build something new and impactful. Yes, it takes calculated risk to build something new and impactful. What does that mean? As an entrepreneur, you are a risk taker. You don't have to be a risk adverse as an entrepreneur. If you are somebody who does risk, you can never ever be an entrepreneur. That is why entrepreneurs are known before now as risk takers. So if you are somebody who building the courage to take a calculated risk, to build something new and impactful, definitely you are an entrepreneur. And then the word calculated risk here means taking a risk that at the end of the day, you'll be able to gain from the risk. For instance, you survey a market and then through your survey, you discover a viable opportunity in the market and then you want to bring in a new product that will thrive into that market. The calculated risk here is the risk of starting and running successfully in the market where you carry out your market survey. We'll get to that when we move further. You all know what market survey is all about. Now, based on your survey or based on your check, based on your research, you discover that if you should bring in 20 bags of whatsoever or new products you may want to invent, it should finish within 1 month. That is a calculated risk. And how do you do that? You do market assessments. What does that mean? Based on your market research, maybe your interaction with your target audience, you discover that out of 50 people you've interacted with, 45 said they will buy your products. 45 people say they will buy your product upon entry market. Then, as a good entrepreneur, you are not supposed to bring in 45 products. What you need to do is to bring in like 30. See how the demands will go first. Or let's say bring in 10. Yes, it's a calculated risk. Why? Because these people that promise to buy, these 49 people that promise to buy, they've not tested your product before. What if one person tested it and then discouraged the remaining people from buying? That means you've not taken a calculated risk. And then at the end of the day, your business will have nowhere to go. So you have to calculate all of this before you go into full-time entrepreneurship. So down here are the traits or the characteristics or features of an entrepreneur. And when we talk about this, we are referring to the makeup of an entrepreneur. Yes, everybody, every human being can start and run a successful business or can bring in an idea that will be able to solve problems. But not all human beings or not everybody will be able to last on the ideas. So before you be able to last on an idea that is already in the market solving problem as an entrepreneur, you have to be built on the following traits or features. Number one, creativity and innovation. Yes, in the definition, we are told that entrepreneurs are people who build something new and impactful. Yes, as an entrepreneur, you're supposed to be one who build in an idea from scratch. Yes, not that you just come now and then say this, blah, 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 or buy somebody else's product and start selling and keep calling yourself an entrepreneur. No. Though to some extent, yes, if you're able to buy somebody's products and then you develop it or you add value to it. For instance, you buy pomo in the market. When you bring the pomo to your own house, you cook it. Maybe where other people are selling, there is no packaging. Yes, they are not packaging their pomo. But when you start your own sales, you start packaging in this nice container. That is an entrepreneur creativity and innovation. You were able, through your creative mind, you were able to kind of bring in some innovations to that. Yeah, thinking outside the box to find new solution. Yes, people have been selling their pomo in using toothpick, and you discover that, yes, what if the toothpick failed the buyer? What if after picking the pomo with the toothpick and its slice, then you on your own, you developed packages that you package your own pomon in a very stylish way, and then you start offering it to the people. That is a good example of thinking outside the box with your product. So if you are doing something like this, if you are thinking like this, if you are thinking on improving on existing products, or you are thinking of building your own product to hit the market, definitely you have a good picture of an entrepreneur. So number next is confidence and resilience. Being in yourself and bouncing back from setbacks. Yes, as an entrepreneurship or as an entrepreneur, yes, at times it's a 0-0 game. It's a full 100% zero game, but you don't have to remain there. Yes, sometimes you kick the ball and then you go off, but you don't have to remain there. You still have to stand up. Yeah, because if you should remain there, you are won already. So you have to be confident. No matter what the storm, no matter what comes to your business, no matter the setbacks, no matter how the business go, no matter how the losses, you still have to remain resilient and then think ahead. Yes, you have to bounce back because there are no businesses that can go without setbacks. Each and every business has setback. But the ability of you overcoming these setbacks is what makes you an entrepreneur. So you should be able to bounce back. Don't remain where you fall. Because if you remain there, another player will hit the market with the same product you are selling and then take over your own brand without your knowledge. So as an entrepreneur, you have to be very, very strong. Yes, I understand. To some extent, you go off such that you won't be able to come back. But what do? You have to stand up and continue with the little that is remaining. If you don't have a thought to continue, as far as the mind is there, the resilience is there, the strong mind, the perseverance is there, maybe you can reach out to people to help you to continue from where you stop. Then another good feature of an entrepreneur is problem solving, identifying challenges and developing effective solutions. Yes, as an entrepreneur, if you had told us from the very beginning that if you are not solving a problem, you are not an entrepreneur. You will only be called an entrepreneur, or you only be known to be into entrepreneurship when you are solving a problem, and not just solving a problem. You identify a challenge and then develop an effective solution to it. Example, the people that develop the handsets we are using now, they identify a kind of barrier in communication when people are separated by a very long distance. Yes, if I'm standing face to face with you, I need not to use a phone to call you. But by the time I go kilometers away from you, there will be a need to communicate to you. And then, even if I do, you won't be able to hear me from your end because distance has separated us. So, the people that developed handsets now come up with an idea that yes, there is a challenge, a big barrier, a big gap. There is a big divide in communication. So it is good for us to make a device or make an equipment that will be able to facilitate communication within the ecosystem without fear or barriers. So they developed handsets, and now we are using. Somebody in America will communicate effectively. And then as time goes, even with the aid of the telephones or the handsets we are using, even with the aid of the Android phone we are using, there still exists another problem. The problem of communicating with people across border. Yes, you know how the charge is. Like if you have 200 naira in your airtime in your line, you won't be able to do a 5 minutes or 3 minutes call with somebody abroad. So somebody now say, it would be nice. Let's develop a social media where communication will move across borders freely. And Facebook was developed to go and we are using WhatsApp. With the age of WhatsApp, with 200 naira data, you can communicate with somebody using WhatsApp call any country, even have meetings. So this person also identify a challenge and he was able to provide solution. So that is a good example of an entrepreneur identifying a problem that is disturbing groups or people and then providing effective solution. That is a good example of an entrepreneur. If you are doing something like this or you are thinking of starting something like this, definitely you are an entrepreneur. So next characteristics of an entrepreneur is risk-taking. Willingness to embrace uncertainties for potential rewards. Yes, it's very, 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 very important for you as an entrepreneur to be willing to embrace uncertainties. There is a popular saying that nobody knows tomorrow. So it be in entrepreneurship, because as you are running your business, there are a lot of things. If you can remember during the coronavirus, during the Ebola, and so many other factors, even in crisis areas, many businesses were shut down. And then these people that owns this business, they were full of risk. Yes, they were into serious risk, but they took it. But can you see that most of these businesses are still surviving? How? Because they developed the mindset of taking risk. Yes, they developed it. And now they are still thriving well. And again, another good example of risk-taking is people are running businesses into perishables, people selling perishables. The business is very risky. Very, very risky. Imagine your truck is fully loaded with tomatoes. Tomato is perishable, and then while commuting it for sales, you discover that the vehicle runs down and all of that, and all you could do is to either transfer the tomato to another vehicle or sell it at a low rate or have it damaged entirely. What do you do as an entrepreneur? You take the risk. It's either you transfer it to another vehicle and sell it at a minimum price, or sell it at a good price and then share it with the transport, or sell it where you have a vehicle breakdown at a low price and then go back and continue, or allow it to waste. So these are the risks that entrepreneurs takes. It's not always a win-win game for an entrepreneur. Sometimes an entrepreneur goes down, then the following month it goes up and go down. But the truth and the good part of it is that if you should have these skills or these traits or these characteristics or features within you, creativity, innovation, confidence, resilience, problem solving, is very, very difficult for you to go down flat. No matter how the storms, there are some instances where you stand. So now we are going to look at the benefits and challenges that entrepreneurship businesses or entrepreneurs faces. And what are the benefits of financial independence? That is one of the benefits of running entrepreneurship or being into business. Financial independence here is, a business is not just run. There is a purpose of running a business, and is for profit making. That is the measure of goal of running a business, profit making. And when you run a business and make profit, at the end of the day, there are some things you do with the business. You pay your staff, and then if there is a balance, you settle all your running cost and whatsoever. And if there is a balance, there are two things you do. Yeah, either you flex more or you return the money to the business to make it bigger. But as somebody who is just starting, I will advise you to plow back the money into the business to get it expanded so that tomorrow you have more money for you to do more flexing. And um, as an entrepreneur, you have to also flex. Yeah. But when the business is just coming up, yeah, when you are just starting, flexing should not be part of you, because if you start the journey with flexing, yes, the business will also flex, because if you should leave the business for flexing, the business will also leave itself for flexing. So it's very, very important for you to um, allow the business to grow before you start drawing monies from it to for your own personal gains. If possible, pay yourself salary. Like if you're paying your workers 20,000 a month, 40, 50. Maybe if I were you, I would pay myself 10,000 naira. Yes. Yeah, if you think 10,000 naira is okay for you to flex, that is okay. Go and flex with it. But as a good entrepreneur, you don't have to start flexing when you are just starting. Number two benefits of an entrepreneurship is job creation. Yes, there is no business that operates in isolation. There is no business that does not have system. And when you talk about business ecosystem, you are referring to business stakeholders, and the stakeholders here include the employer, the employees, the shareholders, the customers, and the rest of the people that interact with the business for transaction and all that activities. So when you start a business, note at first, you might be doing some things alone, but when it gets bigger, you discover that the business needs hands to be able to function well. So the process of you bringing in people to assist you in running the business is what is called job creation. Yes, and it's very, very good aspect of an entrepreneurship. Yes, you started the idea alone, but when the idea grows, it brings in people who will be able to assist you into the idea, and this brings about job creation, and this job creation brings about sub aspect of problem solving. Yes, your idea was just creation of, or let me say, production of body cream that gets the body moistured, very fresh and all of that. But at the end of the day, your employment also is able to solve problems. Job creation, yes. And when you offer this job to individuals, they tend to solve their family problems with the money they are being paid in the business. So for you to start and run a business or bring in an idea that will be able to solve problem at the end of the day is beyond your personal gains. It's beyond your personal gains, especially if you are running these ideas legally. So entrepreneurship is beyond personal gain. Yes, if the idea grows and expands, it has a lot of solutions, even more than the one or primary solution of the basic problem you are solving with your product. So it is also a good benefit of entrepreneurship, job creation. Then personal growth. What do we mean by personal growth here? Yes, you know, when you are not employed and you are also not running any business, things are always difficult with you. Yes, things are always very difficult with you. But by the time you beat your chest and say that, oh, let me at least have something doing, let me start up something, let me start something, then you're able to put that idea of yours to action. And then people start buying the idea. You yourself, you notice the growth. Maybe if you are somebody that doesn't have 200 naira for a whole month, brother, you will start having 1,000 naira in a day. Maybe from 1,000 naira, you start having 2,000 naira in a day, 3,000 naira in a day, and then before you know, personally, yes, you start growing. You yourself, you start noticing the financial and physical growth. Even your body will tell you that growth is taking place. So it is a very good ideas to venture into entrepreneurship, because it's going to it has a lot of benefits. It has a lot of benefits. So number next is community development. Yes, another good benefit of entrepreneurship is community development. Yes, you see all the beautiful houses you see around your area. If you check very well, these houses are built by entrepreneurs, not even government workers, not even federal government workers, but with the aid of this idea that they put into action. You know, do you know business people build communities more than government workers? Because as an entrepreneur, money is coming in. You are seeing money every day. 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 Money is coming into your hands every day. But somebody who is working even with the government, federal government, will wait until month end before an alert comes in. And sometimes by month end, they will not still see something. So, but you as an entrepreneur, as far as your idea is or your product is solving problems, people are coming in each and every day, every hour to exchange money to your products. So this money, after settling your cost of running the business and all of that, the profits, you use it for community development. You use it to build more schools and all of that. Use it to develop the society and all of that. So entrepreneurship brings about community development and all of that. So number next is challenges to overcome. As an entrepreneur, I told us in the beginnings that there is just no entrepreneur that runs in vacuum or in a clean environment, an environment that is 100% free of uncertainties. And if you are ready to go into entrepreneurship, also prepared to encounter challenges is necessary. These challenges are not even meant to weigh us down, but to some extent to strengthen us. Now, the challenge to overcome as an entrepreneur is uncertainty and risk. Yeah, uncertainties. And when you talk about uncertainty, there are things that are bound to happen, though you don't know how. Yes, there are things that happen without your own knowledge. Yes, there are uncertainty. You have a picture that there are some things that will happen in future, though you don't know what and what is going to happen, but you just have a perception that tomorrow is pregnant, and if it gives birth, if it is twin, how are you going to take care of it? That is what we are talking about here. And then the risk, yes, as you are running your own business, there are a lot of risk associated with business, risk of theft, risk of breaking down of machine, risk of fire outbreaks, risk of crises, risk of earthquakes, risk of flood and all of that. And then as an entrepreneur, you have to prepare to overcome this. And how do you overcome these uncertainties? There are so many ways of overcoming these uncertainties. Though as a starter, it may be challenging, but as your business grow, you'll be able to handle it. Number one way is for uncertainties. You make savings for unseen circumstances. Yes, you make some savings while you're running your business. You make emergency savings in case something happens. Where are you going to fall back? Where are you going to do? What are you going to do? So it is very good you make savings somewhere in case of an ugly incident. You'll be able to plug from there and solve that problem. Then the issue of risk. If you're running a business that is moving well and you are not making provision for things, risk or uncertainties, you are still wrong. In this case, is either you register with insurance companies. I will recommend health insurance because the one of the good insurance company I've known. You register with them in case of any happening. They should be able to compensate you. So that is good. That is good for you because you don't know what tomorrow may offer. Tomorrow has a lot of good and bad. Nobody's praying for the bad aspect of tomorrow, but sometimes you cannot avoid it. So it's better you prepare for it. So you ensure your business, you set aside some funds that if anything should happen, you should be able to fall back. And again, you have to be friendly with your stakeholders. What do I mean by stakeholders? Your customers, your investors, your shareholders, your employees. Some of them might be of help to you if you should face a bigger challenge that is capable of weighing you down in the business. They will help you. So you have to be friendly with them. Then next challenge to overcome as an entrepreneur is limited resources. Yes, the population of the world is now getting to something else, and each and everybody wants to run a business. And the resources are not enough. We are battling limited resources to run our businesses. So all you need to do is to why even though you have an idea, I'm very sure you don't have just an idea, you have various ideas. So it is very good for you to kind of vet your ideas, scrutinize them, brainstorm, and then know the one that can stand test of time. If you are, for instance, you are thinking of creating gold jewelry, and then you know very well that gold is scarce and you are just starting. I don't think that is a good idea. Gold is a good idea, but to some extent, you have challenges of resources because gold deposits is very, very scarce. So I am very sure you will not be able to do well in the market because the resource to do your manufacture or carry out your business or your entrepreneurship activities is not in surplus. So it will be very hard for you to scale through. And another thing we face or you will face, but if you should work well, you'll be able to overcome as an entrepreneur is competition. Yes, competition. No matter how you do, you are going to face competition. It's either you face them while you are running your business or you face them as existing market player, or you see them when you start your own, then they start copying you. So all you need to do here is to kind of remodel your products. There are 3 ways to fight competition. There are 3 ways to fight competition. There is just no way you will do without competition. When we talk about competition here, we are referring to people selling your products, the same products you are selling, or people who are selling products that are substitutes to what you are selling, or rendering services that are similar to the services you are rendering. That is, if you are not on ground, they will be able to do the same thing even more better than you. Or even if you are on ground, people can still go to them and receive the same services or buy the same products or you are selling. So how do you overcome these people? There are just three major ways and important ways of handling this. You handle your competition by cost reduction. Yeah, cost reduction. I mean, cost reduction here is the cost of your products. If you are selling 200 naira and your competitors are selling 200 naira, you people are sharing the same price in market price. You are selling at the same market price generally, and you discover that even though you are selling the same, people are going to your competitors more. So what do? You cut down the price. Maybe instead of selling 200 naira with them, you go below 200 naira. Is that you are selling 180 or 170? But mind you, reducing the price down to 170 naira does not mean you will reduce the quality. There is an idea behind here. Yes, now you've reduced your price to 170 naira while your competitors or competitions are selling at 200 naira, and your quality still remains standard. Do you know that you will make it in the market more than them? And again, pay attention. If you should reduce your price from 200 naira to 170 naira, there is something you still also need to do. Yes, you will have to make your audience to understand that you are selling the same product at a lower price but a very good quality. How do you do that? By advertisement. Yes, now we use a lot of social media, so you make that known to them through social media. It's possible you offer, try it and like it. Yeah, maybe to like a few people and then stop. You bring back all your customers. Then another one is by quality. By quality. Yes, there's another form of competition. Quality. The quality of your product or services makes you stay authoritative in the market more than your competitors. So if you are selling at a good price, but your quality, the quality of your product is nothing to write home about, just forget it. Forget it. Just forget it. You're not going to thrive in the market. So quality is another way of thriving successfully in the market with your competitors. And then the last one is let me say after sales service. Yes, after sales service. Yes. How do you talk or handle your customers after they are done buying your product? Do you follow up on them to know whether the product is serving them? Do you check on them? Do you show them how to use that product? Do you follow them up? Do you walk them through on how these products are being used so that they will harness the maximum use of the products? So this is another point why you should look at as somebody who is in the market with other people. You don't have to service or serve your customers and then forget about them. at some point you need to call them and know how your product has served them, your product has, and all of that. So it is a way of competing with your competitors in the market. And another challenge, um, last challenge here, but not the least, there are other ones that we need to overcome as an entrepreneur is legal and financial hurdles. Yes, there are some instances where we face some legal issues, maybe some products not be allowed to sell them. Sometimes will not be kind of allowed to sell the product to some set of people, even though they are kind of legal products and all of that. And then some instance, governments may not allow private individuals to sell some kind of products based on some kind of certain issue. We'll discuss more of that when we move further. And then some financial hurdles. Yes, your business may be doing well, but because you don't have the financial muscles to expand the business or make it stand the test you want, this may be a challenge for you. And this is where the issue of business plan and pitch deck comes in. Yes, and if you should discover that your business is having this kind of challenge, there are some things you do. Is either you pitch your business to investors to raise funds, or you do crowdfunding, or there is other, or you loan from the government. If you know you have the good credit scores to be able to handle the loan and all of that, then you bounce back. So this is where we are going to stop for today. If you have any question concerning what we've just looked at, you just put down your question in the comment section on why I handle it when I see it. Don't forget, this is just a summary. This is just a summary of the whole discussion. We are going to be a kind of having a live class on the whole concepts of entrepreneur, where we will talk to ourselves lives, and we answer questions directly. So if you have any issue, don't hesitate to reach out to me. So in our next class, we'll be looking at idea generation from concept to opportunity. Yeah, so you can go as far as start looking at this content if you can, but if you should not, you wait while I drop it. Thank you. I remain your very own Asonge Martins, the business/tech light. Thank you.